Are you looking to watch more sports this year? Maybe you want to try following a new sport. Well, we've got you covered. In this video, we'll look at what a typical year in North American sports looks like. We'll look at the big four, which is the NHL, NBA, MLB, and NFL. This video will give you a great bird's eye view of when sporting events happen during the course of a calendar year. We'll look at season compositions and dates for different leagues, special days like All-Star games, and more. We are Benchworm, and this is the 2023 sports calendar for new fans. Welcome to Benchworm. We make videos that help people understand sports because we believe enjoying sports brings communities together. Before we look at the individual leagues, let's look over some basics. Every league season pretty much has the same format: preseason, regular season, and the playoffs. The preseason features exhibition games. The games played here don't matter in regards to winning a championship, and so we won't be talking about preseason dates in this video. That said, the preseason does have some value. Teams will have prospects and developing players play these games. This helps them decide who makes the opening night roster. Coaches also use this time to experiment with different player lineups and strategies. And finally, fans can catch preseason games for relatively cheap. After the preseason comes the regular season. The regular season is where the bulk of the games during a season are played. For the most part, unless your team is rebuilding, you want your team to do well in the regular season so that they advance to the playoffs. When the regular season is done, the best teams, usually around half, but it does differ per league, move forward to the playoffs. The playoffs culminate in a championship series or a game. In the NHL, the final 7-game series is called the Stanley Cup Final. In the NBA, it's simply the NBA Finals. The MLB's is famously called the World Series. And of course, the NFL's single-game championship, the biggest day in pro sports, is the Super Bowl. The winners of the playoffs go home with their collective championship. In the Big Four, that's the Stanley Cup, the Larry O'Brien Trophy, the Commissioner's Trophy, and the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Every league also has some form of All-Star game. This is an exhibition exclusively made for the fans to showcase the league's top players. Alright, let's start looking at the leagues. Here's a blank calendar for 2023. Let's start with the NHL. The 22-23 NHL regular season started on October 7th and will run through April 13th. The playoffs start shortly after the regular season and typically last 2 months. All-Star Weekend is February 3rd and 4th. This consists of the skills competition and the actual All-Star game. The hardest shot competition is definitely one of the events to watch. The NHL also has some pretty cool outdoor games. These games are played outdoors in bigger stadiums, and they count towards points for the regular season. The NHL recently had their Winter Classic on January 2nd. There's also an upcoming Stadium Series game on February 18th. Later this year, on October 29th, there will be a Heritage Classic. This will be part of the 23-24 season, which will probably start roughly around the same time as this one. Now, let's look at the NBA, a league whose season schedule closely resembles the NHL's. The 22-23 NBA regular season started on October 18th and will run through to April 9th. Now for the NBA, the playoffs don't start right after the regular season. During the pandemic, they introduced the play-in tournament. In the play-in tournament, the teams who place 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th face off for the last 2 spots of the playoffs in their respective conferences. After the play-in tournament, the playoffs begin. The NBA playoffs for the 22-23 season will begin on April 15th, with the NBA Finals starting on June 1st, lasting up to June 18th if needed. The NBA All-Star Weekend is scheduled for February 17th to the 19th. It's well known for the All-Star Slam Dunk Contest. The 23-24 NBA regular season will start on October 24th. Now let's look at the MLB. The MLB season schedule is pretty cool because it's contained within a calendar year. The 2023 MLB season will run from March 30th to October 1st. The postseason begins right after on October 3rd, with the World Series ending sometime in early November. The 2023 MLB All-Star Game is on July 11th and will be held in Seattle. One event to definitely check out during MLB All-Star Week is the Home Run Derby. Last, but definitely not least, let's take a look at the NFL. The 22-23 NFL season ran from September 8th to January 8th. The playoffs start on January 14th, culminating with Super Bowl 57 on February 12th. Their All-Star game, the Pro Bowl, will be a week before the Super Bowl on February 5th. The 23-24 NFL season will kick off on September 7th. So there's your calendar for the Big Four in 2023. That's it for this video, but even for North America, we're just scratching the surface. What should we add to the sports calendar in the future? College sports? The MLS? CFL? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. We hope you have fun checking out sports that are new to you in 2023. Do you plan to get into a new sport this year? Let us know which one in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more sports explainer videos. For more Benchworm, check out this video on Hockey 101 or this playlist.